I need space. Myth explained. This topic is so cool because and frustrating because oftentimes your wife will tell you that I need space, and it confuses the heck out of you because she'll tell you I need space, but then oftentimes her behavior afterwards is of the opposite, where it feels like, okay, well, you're talking to me, you're wanting me around, you're doing things that are kind of opposite to you saying I want space or I need space. Why is that? Um, and I guess, I want to have you ask a question. Are you confused because your wife said, I need space? Um, I, I'm going to make a bold statement. Okay. I need space is bullshit. It is. Uh, at least it's BS from the context of it's very narrow-minded way of looking at it. And when we're talking about I need space, or when you hear somebody talking about I need space, there's a lack of understanding of how the feminine works. Okay? Because if you understand how the feminine works, then you start to realize very quickly that I need space is only one side of the equation. Okay? We call that the push. Now, this relates back to this concept of management of the relationship. Okay? And understanding what really going on behind all of this will have you not be confused. Okay? And I want you to really understand this aspect of management of the relationship, which is her job. The way that it's your job to fulfill her emotional needs, it is her job to manage the relationship. Now, part of management of the relationship is how close or far away you are in the relationship. I need space is just speaking to how far you are. She's doing a push. She's telling you, I want to be away from you. Okay? When she wants you to be closer through her actions, she's communicating more, she's around you more, she's sharing more. That's a pull. She's pulling you in. Okay? Now, why is she confusing you? Because whether she pulls you in or pushes you away, which is part of management of the relationship, is driven by how she feels in that moment. Women feel and then act. Men act and then feel. So when she's pushing you away in one moment, it's because that's how she feels. She feels that the relationship needs distance. Okay? But 2 hours later, her feelings could alter and she'll want the relationship to be pulled back in, which means she's pulling you back in, which means that the actions she's taking is of somebody who wants the two of you to be closer. And unless you understand this can be frustrating and confusing, right? Why is my wife saying I need space, but then she doesn't leave me alone? Or why is my wife not leaving me alone and talking, and then the other, 2 minutes later, she says I need space, right? It can be very confusing and very frustrating. But now that you understand this concept of where she's doing this management from, and you're moving away from I need space to, okay, well, I get pulled in as well. This is a dynamic. She pushes me out, she pushes me away, she pulls me in. She pushes me away, she pulls me in. And it's dependent how she feels in that moment. Very powerful concept. And it alleviates the confusion and the frustration from how you look at your wife, how you look at the relationship, and what she's doing in the relationship.
Yeah, and it's the interpretation of those situations too, right? Like you can imagine a man who, got the slap, is trying to figure out, okay, what's my next move, what's my next play, doesn't have a whole lot of confidence, and hears, hey, I need space. Probably one of the easiest things for him to do in that moment, or as a result of that, is to stay in the office later. Stay in the office later, stay away from the situation, work later, not even work, just sit on YouTube and watch educational videos like this. But that's not in avoiding the situation at home isn't advancing the situation at home. And your ability to be in the situation at home is a direct result of your confidence. And the direct result of your confidence is your emotional safety and security and your emotional self-sufficiency. Right? So we touched on it earlier with respect to how stuff is intertwined. And for men, it's, hey, I want to put something in this pigeonhole, this pigeonhole, this pigeonhole, this pigeonhole. But they're all interrelated. They're all connected. So you can't just take one necessary component and ignore the other components of what you're, the journey that you're on and where we're trying to help you get to.
Yeah, it's so intertwined, so intertwined. But oh my God, when I understood this concept, like it was a total game changer. In fact, now, like, not only I see it all right away and notice it, but it's just, I have chuckles of how the feminine works and how powerful the feminine is and how powerful the masculine can be when the masculine knows how to enable the feminine. So really understand this concept of management of the relationship so that you can really navigate this, right? Because management of the relationship is a bigger concept. And within that, we're talking about distance, right? There are other components of managing the relationship. One of the components is the distance between you and your wife. She manages that. And it's not just about I need space. It's about, do I push you away? Do I pull you in? How do I determine that? Based on how I feel, right? The more you are solid in how you're feeling and how emotionally safe and secure you are, the more you can influence your wife to have those positive feelings. The more positive feelings she has, the more her actions will result in a way that serves you, serves the relationship, your kids, your marriage, her, all of that.